So then the next day you woke up and you're like, I'm making pancakes for my family.
Yeah.
And you were literally done with that way of thinking.
Yeah, that was after the 3 a.m. I'm eating all my Easter eggs that I've
Right,
stashed
right,
from
right.
a few months before. Yeah, I mean, look, I think this is where people get sometimes a little bit confused about body image movement and what it actually means to embrace your body, because it certainly doesn't mean eating 20 donuts on the couch.
Yeah.
It means nourishing and respecting your body and fueling your body. And I guess that's what I started to do. And I guess that we need to all come up with a better word than journey, but can we do that? Can we make a side note? Better word than journey.
Yeah,
because we use it so much,
yeah.
but I guess it was the beginning of that journey for me, was to discover around mindful eating, intuitive eating and movement. I had only ever moved my body for most of my life for punishment as opposed to pleasure. There are 1,001 ways to move our bodies. And I had always been, say, a slave to going to the gym to punish it,
Yeah.
to have an outcome. But now it's about moving your body because it actually feels good to move your body.
Yeah.
And there's a myriad of ways of doing it.
Yeah. And then as the weight started to come back on, did you have to continually check in? Like, how did you kind of deal with your body changing?
Yeah, I
Closer
remember
to
in those,
back how it was.
It's a great question, because I remember in those first few weeks I was like, oh, how do I feel about this?
Yeah.
But I think I had reconciled at that point that for me to have that stage body, it just didn't make me happy. So I would need to find some balance, I guess, in life. And yeah, it took a few sort of months to get back to a stable kind of weight. Not that I was weighing myself, but I just felt like, okay, I'm in the body that I'm meant to be in. I'm eating the foods that feel good, and energy for me is always numero uno. Like, that's what I live for. It's so good to participate in life with energy. So I knew my body felt great. I knew I was moving it in lots of ways that felt good too. So I felt like I was in a really good spot. And it was actually my friends that came to me and they said, Taryn, you seem so happy now, and yet a few months ago you had the body that you thought was going to make you happy.
Yeah.
Like, how? And that's when I posted the before and after photograph. It was that conversation with those girlfriends that I thought it would help them by doing the reverse.
Yeah.
Because so often we see a before and a woman is overweight and she's so unhappy. Sometimes she's holding newspaper like, here's my proof of the date.
Yeah.
And then she loses weight and she's like, oh, I'm really happy. And it's like, no, that does not tell the whole story.
Yeah.
So swap mine around and...
Yeah. And it went viral.
Went nuts.
Yeah, viral times a million, which is incredible, you know, because I think everyone was desperate for a change of the story. Because I sit here with you now, though, and I go, I think a lot of people would need a huge amount of therapy and to get to where you were at with a few, as we call them, epiphanies. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, I don't necessarily know whether that's true. I actually think we need some hope and inspiration from our fellow sisters to know that we can live in imperfect bodies with our cellulite and our stretch marks, and we just need a new dialogue.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you've ever been with a group of friends and someone starts talking about going on a holiday and they want to lose weight because they want to look good in their bikini, and then do you notice how everyone hops onto the conversation and starts talking negatively about their bodies?
Yeah.
Well, we have the same power to do that in a positive way.
Yeah.
So once, I think what I'm seeing with body image movement is the change in the dialogue with women about how they're feeling. And I think it takes a few trailblazers, as there has been around the world, you know, Turia Pitt here in Australia and Ricky Lake and the bearded dame who's in the film. We see these women, we feel inspired, we know that it's possible, they give us hope. So it's just another way of a perspective. It's having a greater perspective. So I think it can be done. I think everyone has the ability to change how they feel about their bodies.